What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to the One Day Stronger podcast. My name is Colin, and I want to thank you for being here with me today, taking some time out of your day to get some inspiration, motivation, or whatever you feel like taking away from this podcast. If you are new here, I want to thank you for listening and finding this podcast. This is a real talk on sobriety, personal growth, and showing up for yourself in life one day at a time. So today I want to talk about one of the hardest truths when you're going through your personal growth, your sobriety, your healing, and just becoming the person you want to be and who you're meant to be. And once you realize this, it fucking stings, it hurts, but it is a fundamental truth that needs to happen. And that is that not everyone or everything is meant to come with you on this journey. It fucking hurts because sometimes, it's people you've known for years, people you love, it's things you love or attached to, it's people who were there that when you cared for you when you're at your worst, but then can't handle who you're becoming. And as you change, your energy kind of shifts. So then that means your standards shift, everything about you shifts. Your boundaries become stronger and more cemented, and you're not as lenient on them. You're very concrete in your ways when you're dealing with your personal growth and your sobriety, which you need to be. You stop saying yes to things that don't align with your values. A lot of people don't like that, and they can't understand that because they can't see you in a new light. They can only kind of see you as they've known you. So sometimes it takes a while to get that trust and image of who you're becoming into their head. But it can be simple shit too. You just stop laughing at jokes that once numbed you, that you would laugh at before. It just doesn't, it's not on your level, it's not who you are anymore, right? And it's uncomfortable for them. It's also uncomfortable for you. You'll hear people fucking say oh, you've changed, or you think you're fucking better now, or better than us now, or you're different. And to that you just gotta be good. Good, that's the whole fucking point of what I'm fucking doing. So obviously something is working, and just because you don't like it, or you're scared of it, you're uncomfortable with it, it doesn't mean that it's gonna put me or my progress down. You're not supposed to fucking stay the same. You're supposed to have change and evolve. That's why we say that at the end of this podcast all the time: overcome and evolve one day at a time. Because the growth isn't meant to cause fucking distance. It doesn't mean you don't love them. It means you love yourself enough to stop fucking shrinking back into the old bullshit and bad habits that they were probably the ones that fucking always brought up and were angry at you about, but they just can't see you in a new light, or they think they're gonna lose you, but sometimes the people you're outgrowing are fucking family, old friends, that crew or group of friends you used to run with and do everything with, party with, do all the bad shit with, and they're still fucking living in the chaos. They're still chasing the numb over the healing, and still expect you to stay stuck with them when you're healing. And you're just there comes a point where you gotta make a decision sometimes, that really hard decisions. I know for me, I've had to cut a whole group friends. You just kind of just stop showing up. It's people, places, and things, they trigger you, or they're just bad influences. If you go there with these certain people, or you hang out with these certain people, you're gonna do these certain things, because when they're stuck in the numbness and they're stuck in the fucking hamster wheel, they're very predictable, and you're very predictable in their habits. And what's going to happen? It's oh, we're going to go here, and then we're going to drink, and then after a couple of drinks, someone's going to call someone, and now we're going to do this, and blah blah blah. But this journey right now that you're on, it's yours, and yours alone, not theirs. So they can say whatever they fucking want, but you got to stay true to your journey. Sometimes that means with them not in it, and maybe that's not forever, but for right now, they sometimes just can't be part of your journey. You don't owe anyone, like your old self, you don't owe anyone an explanation for what you're trying to do except for yourself. Your responsibility is your future, your kids, your fucking peace, your sobriety, and your purpose. If you stay with getting stuck in the numbness with people, you're not going to work on your growing. You're going to get back right into your old fucking habits, and that's just how it's going to be. So sometimes you just got to fucking break free and change shit up and make hard decisions. I know it sucks, but here's an exercise that you guys can work on today. Maybe just take an inventory of people, places, or things that don't align with who you want to be, or that if you go there, do that, or hang out with them, that you're going to end up going back to your old ways you don't want to be in. And then look at that list, and whatever you can kind of drop today or the next week or the next couple days, do it. If it's like a thing or like a certain time or something, because I know a one trigger for me was time, because I knew my guy was in town from this time to this time, so I had to start just fucking going to bed in between those times. So I just had to stop that, and I just went to bed. That's something, a little thing you can drop. Now I know you just start working your way through the list, and you're like, oh, what about family and friends, blah blah blah. You don't have to. I know you gotta see your mom or your sister or people like that, but that doesn't mean you have to cut them out. You can edit the relationship and how much you see them or what you talk about when you see them, and it's okay because you're growing out of who you were, and it's okay if you need the fucking space and time away to figure out your own shit, So not everyone's meant to fucking come with you on the journey, and that's okay. This journey's about becoming one day stronger, even if that means walking part of the path alone, and that's just how it's going to be, guys. So with that, overcome and evolve one day at a time. And I want to thank you for being here with me today and listening. If you get any value out of this, please like, comment, and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to this on, and make sure you share it with someone that might be having to make a hard decision, or maybe it's someone that you just don't know how to explain why you haven't been there or why you can't be there, and maybe this might help them put the words together for you, and maybe help them understand a bit more and yourself a bit more. So with that, until next time, have a good one, guys.